right, man, you got some pushback on the Jared Goff thing with Lamar Jackson becoming available for the Detroit Lions. You got people saying that, I'd rather have Jared Goff. Now, I'm going to be real. The majority of the people that's endorsing Goff are white. From what I'm seeing on social media, you can ask Greg. One of my guys, he probably going to be in the comment section. We had like a conversation about it. Now, I'm not about to make this about race at all. And you got people saying, well, the Lions offense was top 5 last year, and I don't see that being a problem. And, well, when they was 1-6, Jared Goff, when DeAndre Swift went down, when St. Brown went down, when Josh Reynolds went down, and it was Hawkinson, Jamal Williams, and what's the other kid's name? DJ Shark in Minnesota, when they would have went for it on 4th down, and they chose not to because Jared Goff can't make a play without everything being right. Plenty of times in LA, they had a great offense, but they didn't get over the hump and didn't think they could do so with Jared Goff. So they chose to come get Matthew Stafford, somebody who accomplished far less than Jared Goff. Okay? And obviously Stafford didn't have the run game that Goff had there, but that's a totally different explanation. My thing is the Chargers won. You had the number 1 offense and defense and missed the playoffs. So, I mean, when you look at the offense, do I really feel confident that the offense will pick up and just continue to excel? And I feel they could just continue to throw up a bunch of points. When they're in the dome, they had a great job. But I don't feel it's the greatest show on turf. I don't feel it's better than the 49ers offense. I don't feel like it's better than Philly offense. And it's a couple other offenses that I feel that type of way. I feel a little bit better about. Now, I'm not saying they wasn't good on the road. Yeah, statistically they put up some points on the road. Even in the Carolina game, they put some points up. But if you watch the game and the statistics don't add up. So don't get me. People lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. It's cap. Watch that Carolina game. Even so, Goff played pretty. They got blew out. Even so, the defense was terrible. They got to fix it. Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that ain't the problem. But the thing about Jared Goff is when things break down, when guys get injured, and you need him to make a play and strap his nuts on and put his team on his back, he can't do it. Think about Lamar. What we know about Lamar in Baltimore, right? He can put the team on his back. Even when Mark Andrews was down, even when it was, what's that other running back they got, the Gary, what his name would start with a G. Even when J.K. Dobbs is down or the next guy's down, whoever the receivers are, he's able to win games. He's able to elevate the team. He's got the 4th best winning percentage of quarterbacks in the NFL. He's able to make a play. With Jared Goff, when people forget they was 1-6. When DeAndre Swift, went down, the offense looked a lot different. When St. Brown went down, y'all forgot the New England game. What'd he do? It's going to come a point in time in a long season for us to get the Super Bowl we believe we deserve in Detroit. It's going to come a time where Jared Goff has to go off improv and make a play. It ain't going to be no sneaking up on teams next year. They're going to be very prepared with what Ben Johnson and Jared Goff can do because there's limitations there. And it's an issue about Jameson Williams and maturity. He don't like Jared Goff. There's been a couple times where he showed up Jared Goff when he overthrew him or underthrew him or whatever the situation may be. When Jared Goff go out there to throw the football outdoors, do y'all feel confident? So, well, they did beat Green Bay. They beat Green Bay indoors. And don't forget about the performances that the defense played in those games. Now, before I continue on in this video about the defense, what you got to understand last year, too, was this. The defense was injured. Think about this coming into the season. Romeo Core was injured. Levi Zorky was injured, even though he had lost Case. Josh Pascal, another second-round pick, he was injured. Right? You lost Charles Harris. You lost John Kaminsky. That's 5 defensive linemen you lost early in the season. 5. And those are just the ones I can think of. Julian Okoye was injured to start the season. That's 6. That's 6. Don't forget, Jerry Jacobs was injured. Amani Araria hurt his back. He was no good this season. But he did hurt his back. That's 8 defensive players. Then you lost Tracy Walker. That's 9 defensive players that you lost or was not there to begin the season. That's a whole fucking defense. And I'm pretty sure I could be missing a couple people. That's a whole defense. So as Okora came back. So Julian, the Okoras came back. As Kaminsky came back. You know? Jerry Jacobs came back. As some of these dudes started to come back, you started to see the defense get better. They can say, well, R.B. Pleasant left, and they got healthy. They wasn't healthy to begin the season, but they was more healthy to end the season. That's the point I was trying to make about the defense. Now, do they got to add some pieces? Absolutely. A lot of those pieces got to be veteran pieces, though. They got enough young dogs. They need a guy like Bobby Wagner, Tremaine Edmonds, Levante David in the middle. And if you're going to go get Tremaine Edmonds and somebody, the other ones, then you got to go get a developmental guy behind them. You do need a Jalen Ramsey or a veteran corner. You need to get a veteran corner to play there. I will say that. And you can't bank on Anazorki coming back, so then you need a guy like Jalen Carter. Now, what you understand, you give up 2 first-round picks to get him. He worth it. You would give up 18, you give up your first next year. That's what you'll do. Still have 6, still can get Jalen Carter, still move down and get more picks. You know, Arizona said they're willing to trade down. Obviously, I don't know what the ticket to be. Seattle said, you know, they were open to get a quarterback. So, I mean, might be a little cheaper to trade down to Detroit. Trade up to Detroit. So you still have assets. People say, what about the cap? You can manipulate the cap. Do you really still need Romeo Core? Do you still need High Tide? And do you still need Charles Harris? Ask the question. You got James Houston. You got you got the Julian Okora. You know, and then if you stay at 6, you end up with Tyree Wilson. Yeah, there you go. So you can stay at 6 and still get Christian Gonzalez. You know, you can make that work. They don't have no high price contracts really on this roster. You can still retain a DJ Shark. A lot of them older guys have already been replaced, like Charles Harris, Romeo. A lot of them guys have already been replaced. You can make a case that they could put one of the guards in there instead of High Tide, and it won't drop off. And the thing about Jared Goff, you still got to pay him. If Daniel Jones got $40 million in a year or two, what you think Jared Goff gonna want? 50, 55 a year? I just feel more comfortable playing Lamar. He said, well, you know, Lamar's got injuries. Especially when you running the football the way he running it, because they don't have nobody. You come to Detroit, the line is going to be a lot better. They lost Orlando Brown. I think they lost the other tackle too, but they lost Orlando Brown in Kansas City. The line is going to be better. If they choose to keep Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift or drafted back, the running backs are I mean, it's guaranteed 1,000 yards for one. Whoever played the most is guaranteed 1,000 playing with Lamar. Look at the receivers he got. I mean, DJ Shark is the best receiver he played with in Baltimore. I guess he had an old Steve Smith, somebody said. I'm not sure about that. But probably, but DJ Shark be the best receiver. Let alone St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Josh Reynolds. It's the best receiver core he had. Defensively, you know, could you still swing an inside linebacker? I mean, it could get tight. And then your picks become important, and the cash you got left become important. Because your holes defensively is interior lineman, because you can't bank on Anazorki. Inside linebacker in a veteran corner or a starting caliber corner. So if you can end up with Jalen Carter and get off your choir boy shit, that'll be a huge win. If you can swing Bobby Wagner, Levante David, Tremaine Edmonds, that'll be a huge win. Then you have to bank on probably drafting 2 corners at that point, because I don't think Jeff Okudah gonna make it, but that's a totally different story. So, but you gotta pay Jared Goff regardless. A lot of money since Daniel Jones guy, so I wouldn't mind paying Lamar. And I wouldn't run him around and do all that read option shit to the end of the year if I had to. I don't work on pat. It'll be huge for Detroit. Cleveland to put the middle finger up to the league. Washington, Detroit, they've been jerking us around. Not as bad as Cleveland. They took Cleveland team. Got to remember they got ball, gave them team back. They've been jerking the Lions around. Why should we respect what the league got to say about Lamar? When they don't show Detroit no respect, go take your respect. Go take your championship like the Bad Boys did. So let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Go get Lamar, turn the city up. Peace.